God of War.
One of the best games of 2018, probably still my favorite game of 2018, and I keep playing new games, and none of them are topping God of War, which is a fantastic video game, which you should play. We talked to an amazing artist recently who reached out to us. He's a fan of one of Max and I's shows, Weird Heat, which kind of like inspires people to make art and do cool creative stuff. And he created a Leviathan axe from scratch, and I find this incredibly cool. He didn't really have a ton of materials or history building stuff like that, but you know, he really got into it and decided to make an axe himself. So let's dig into this. This is Jesse Monroe. He said, God of War was incredible, but we all know that, so I won't waste time there. After finishing it though, I wanted more. I'd never built anything for myself, and every little boy wants a Leviathan axe of his own, so I thought I'd give it a whirl.
Now we're showing some videos here. Obviously, it doesn't actually, draw itself into his hand. I'm guessing he used some camera trickery for that. But this is what it looks like up close. It lights up. He put LEDs in there. And again, this was something that he was like, I haven't done this before. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do this. But we have some kind of in-progress photos to get a closer look of, how this kind of came together.
Yep. And there's some gameplay of the actual Leviathan axe if you need a comparison. So there it is right there. Max, if you want to sort of talk on how you think this came together, because it looks like, he says here that this is pieces of acrylic, basically. He says, it's a pretty basic design, but it took a while due to my lack of proper tools. The handle is a hand-cut piece of pine, because it was cheap, and the handle is made of layers of acrylic sheet. I used 6 A3 sheets of acrylic cut to the shape of the head, and kept a gap in the middle slices to fit my LEDs, and a button, which is hidden underneath the golden insert. I use a Dremel to engrave the dragon head into the base of the handle and the pattern in the head, making sure the lines went deep enough to get the LED light to bleed through. After all the parts got joined together, I added a basic stain to the handle and layers of black, silver, and gray paint to the head to give it a rough hammered metal look. It's not perfect, the lights don't come through as much as I'd like, and the joints between the handle and the head are a tad janky, but I am pretty damn proud of the end result. I usually start a project, judge myself way too harsh, and give up, but the support I've received from the awesome Weird Heat community, and now my chance to have it shared with even more people, well, F it, I better keep making stuff. So that's the character model of the actual model of the axe in the game, which we put next to the finished version there. I just want to geek out on the sort of construction here, because it's so cool. And yeah, if you take a look at sort of the basics of it here, he sat down and said, okay, this is my blueprint, this is my shape, and this is what I'll build up from. There's just so much cool construction, and it doesn't really look like he had a ton of stuff that he really needed to
No, I mean, this looks like it was a pretty cheap project in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
You can, I mean, if you honestly feel compelled to go make stuff, like, there are so many resources online on, like, how to do this stuff, how to get started. There are some great subreddits for, like, making cosplay props or model making or really any kind of hobby you could get into. I love that this is, like, I mean, if I had to guess off the top of my head, I would say this is under $100 at Home Depot, depending on what kind of Dremel he's got. I was looking the other day on Amazon for Dremels. That's like the weird drill tool you can use to carve stuff and weather things and drill holes and cut stuff. Those things, you can get kind of a knockoff one for as little as like $20. Like they're not that bad. And then the rest is just taking the time to really, learn what you're doing.
Yeah, and I think what Jesse did here is really cool in terms of etching in the shapes and also just the general weathered look, which you can see really well here. Making one of these things and making it look weathered is like probably the hardest part. I know that like a lot of people really like The Walking Dead and they like Negan, and a couple years ago they started selling the bat that he has. They sell it in stores and it's just like a plastic bat with some plastic wire around it, and it's like, it's missing the fact that this is like a heavy-duty weathered item that has been used to bash dudes' heads in and pop out their eyeballs until people get sick.
Yeah, it looked like a little Nerf gun toy. I know some people bought that bat and weathered it themselves, but you can also buy, a regular baseball bat and then some paint, and they actually make that like that plastic barbed wire.
Yeah.
I bought It was a toy Boba Fett blaster rifle, which of course, because it's a toy gun, had to be colored all neon and stuff. And I went down to Home Depot and got like, I don't know, $10 worth of spray paint, and I just weathered the crap out of it, just dry brushing and like smudging it, and I think I put some charcoal on there for a kind of a scorched effect. Yeah. And it looks awesome. I want to hang it up on my wall. It looks like an actual prop. So
that's so cool. I think that we're in a really cool time now because you can go on Etsy and you can buy one of these axes that somebody else made. I've seen them go for like $150, $170, which seems like a lot of money, but also there's something really tangibly wonderful about sitting there and trying to build it yourself. We're both very very like hands-on artsy kids, you know, like we both went to art school, and it's the kind of thing that like I just appreciate the hell out of. So like video games are something you do on your TV with a controller, and there's a very large disconnect between building something, constructing something yourself there. Even though so much art goes into video games, it's always cool to see the art that gets inspired by it as well. So go check this out, and I'm you know, give some love to Jesse Monroe for putting this together. It's really cool of him. Oh hey, you caught me while I was shaving, but my hair grows back so fast, and also these are fake. I'm Brian Altano, and thank you so much for watching our God of War video. If you love God of War, check out this video we did on the world's cutest Kratos plushie. It's adorable, but it will still kill you. After that, if you love PlayStation exclusives, check out this unboxing we did of a Bloodborne Amiibo. I put Amiibo in quotes because it's not, but it kind of is, but it sort of isn't. But it is, but you should check it out. After that, up at noon, every Thursday, noon Pacific time on IGN. Watch it, tell your friends, tell their friends, tell their friends, and then you'll have a whole bunch of people at your house that you'll have to kick out. Thanks for watching.